game. There's really not a lot of ways for BLG to punish, even if that Misfortune and LeBlanc are going to be pushing forward. These are champions that do kind of want to snowball, and I don't think you have the best synergy here with the Lulu, who's not... Oh, we're already getting some action topside. HOYA's in trouble.
Unfortunately, not going to have a good time with this. Chain does go wide, but
the flash
from Knight will secure first.
Not for no reason, and now with no flash on the Qiyana, that one champion that really dictates how this entire game will go has significantly less playmaking tools, and this could be a little bit difficult as I can walk up.
Oh no.
One's in trouble
It's
here.
happening again. He walks in thinking that he's safe, but he's not. Shun pops out of the bush and jump scares. Once again, it will be a 1-for-2 in the mid lane, but a double kill for...
Ping's coming down, actually, onto the invade here. They could look to dive. They really wanted to do that. HOYA, stolen ult!
That's big! HOYA answers back from minute 1.
Going to steal away some camps, but it will just be a trade of steals. Maybe on the top side here, they could look for a dive on Bin.
Level 6 already for Guwon, and Bin, no rage,
Knight's here.
Nothing to do. In comes the Twisted Fate, and Care is going to help secure that kill, but Knight has roamed up to help things out. Actually might look for an answer onto Care as well. Does need to play a little careful with HOYA in the area, but...
Roa first, and completing Roa 7 minutes into the game is a really good feeling for a Twisted Fate that, you know, can really utilize these ults to open up the map.
This could get a whole lot worse. Shun already showing up in the mid lane. Doesn't have ult available just yet, but...
Caster Blessing on the bot side in game number 2. Caster Curse in the mid lane here for game number 3, with Care immediately dying with that Roa stack. Knight has 4 kills on this LeBlanc. He's moving to the top side as well. They want to dive this Sylas.
Could easily make it 5, and over the wall he goes. HOYA low, HOYA gone. And that is... I guess not making it 5, since Bin did get the kill, but it's 5 in my heart.
five in all of our hearts in terms of Knight's impact on this game. The best player in the league continues to fight as Viper unleashes on Assum.
That was a nice bullet time. Is it enough? Last auto says it is, and Viper secures a kill on Assum. Not able to step up into Zhuo, who could actually still take him down, but perfectly comfortable playing on the edge of that range and throwing in as much damage onto Karma as physically possible. BLG will be able to shove in yet another wave, and that means a gold lead generated bot lane, and the first time that we see BLG take the first dragon of the game.
Yeah, that's not a good sign. It's a 1.5k gold lead for the comp that scales a lot better. The one snowballing piece on the team is Knight, who has 4 kills. It's not looking good for NIP. Assum is at a really tough series up until... Yeah, I imagine small bit of miscommunication is Knight. He's going to make his way out. Guwon continuing to at least steal away resources and camps as a bit of a CS lead, but...
His gold card expired, so he has literally nothing to say about this. As well, I thought had a read on the fact that this gank was going to happen, but instead is clearing camps in the area and will have to rotate down quickly. Supreme display of talent forces the flash out of Viper. A cancellation of the bullet time as he plays underneath the tower, gets the extra growth, but is not going to, even with the wild growth.
Fed on this LeBlanc. He has been unbelievably good in this series up until this point. Even Bin has started to shove in HOYA. He's got a level lead on the top side at this point with the Gnar. No stolen ultimate, no problem. We do get a nice trade there, but overall, it's just a disaster for NIP as taking on.
Be a kill. Nice.
Yeah. It's something. They are going to be able to pick that up.
It is more than something. There's a good news story developing here for NIP. Is we don't have to hold that for the bad news story that's developing. Gank into the bot side actually could turn into a little bit more for NIP, and it will. 1-for-1 as Care goes down. But NIP continue to feed their win condition.
Care, and if you're really going to lose HOYA on the top side as we get in this picture-in-picture, things become more difficult. Guwon is in the area, but it's just not going to happen, man.
I want to remind you, us, this is a conversation piece. We're going to have to watch Guwon be forced out of the river first and actually walk back because he wants to die. He's still alive, and now that has been rectified. Viper ends up picking up the kill. A situation where Guwon had absolutely no right walking up, and Shun actually did with the wild growth. Gets a little bit of shielding as well, survives for a very long time, enough to let Viper channel the bullet time, but maybe they've overstepped, maybe! Assum is popping the heck off with a triple kill and chasing down Knight, even forcing a flash out of LeBlanc.
On the scoreboard there after that one, but again, for NIP, they've got the tools. Does HOYA have the tools to get out of here?
I think, I hope. He does not. I guess not. BLG and Bin specifically make a solo kill happen, much like HOYA did to them earlier. Knight's gonna walk, keeps another kill from going over to Yunara. In addition, BLG end up getting the bot lane tier 1, which will almost round them out. The mid lane, the last one standing, and surely, in terms of keeping yourself alive, there are worse things. No objective up at the moment, although we do have to think about 2 minutes from now. The Hextech Dragon that will be up. Guwon, unfortunately, likely not going to survive to that point as he gets chained up and taken down. Supreme display of talent erupts to celebrate his falling as flash forward from Assum might kill Viper, but he gets polymorphed and taken down. The assassination comes out of Knight, and this time it's going to be BLG who managed to take the fight. Flash away over the wall is answered by Care, but Shun is still all over him. Stun comes out once again, slowed underneath the tower. Shun might just commit for this. Dash.
Shun is going deep.
Not up in time. But this was a big blow that was just dealt to NIP, taking Assum off of Summoner's Rift, even for the seconds they were able to, and importantly getting gold onto their own carries once again. It's just a really good news story. We'll note Bin is about to go Mega, but HOYA answers that back with a nicely timed steal on his ultimate. Assum does get aggressive, however, and Viper, unfortunately, steps 1 foot too far up and falls to Assum. Not something that we can be allowing in a game where Assum must die.
Viper forgetting he's not Ezreal in this game and stepping up way too far on the low mobility misfortune. That should be Dragon completely secured here for NIP. That means the stacking is delayed, and that is a nice pickup. It's not going to be the end of the world for BLG, but it's certainly a win for NIP, something they've been struggling.
Whatever that was interesting. Whatever the amount of damage that just happened to Assum was, I'm sure that interests him a lot. HOYA, unfortunately, captivated by Bin right now, will be slowed up on the way out, and once again, steal the Gnar ultimate, this time for a disengage if he is lucky, and unfortunately, he is not. He gets taken out pretty darn quickly.
So many ways to start fights with the Gnar, with the Wukong, with the Lulu ultimate. So many different ways to be able to play more aggressive if they do want to group up and look for these picks. So we see what happened with HOYA. A lot of wandering for this Silas. If Assum ends up dying there, things could get really bad for NIP. Same thing for the HOYA teleport. If those chains land on a Knight, he probably kills him, even with the lack of gold that he has. Cosmic Drive and Rocket Belt is that strong on that champion. Scary, even though he's down 3,000 gold. It's crazy to say that, you know, one chain could really actually make a bit of a difference in these exchanges. My question, though, is where is Knight? Where is he going to put that pressure? What's he going to do? Here's the answer. My bad.
We found it.
We found it.
The vision control is where it begins, brother. BLG, they now having taken one pick, are going to be able to threaten Baron. Finding another would secure Baron for them, and unfortunately NIP just don't have a whole lot of options to walk up into something that they know is a 4v5. Instead, it's Shun who has plenty of space to walk up, force a supreme display of talent that hits nothing, and solo kill Guwon. With a jungler down, NIP must answer or lose Baron, and it looks like they're losing Baron.
Yeah, I don't know how you answer here. 35 seconds on a Kiana that's already desperately far behind in terms of resources and gold. Shun, yes, he's a little bit lower in health. He's got a Guardian Angel completed, so even if you want to feel like you can take down this jungler, he's still going to be able to survive in some key moments. It will be a trade of tier 1 mid lane, but if that's your trade, that is a desperation play, as this Baron is off the map and in the hands of BLG.
I can tell you that 100 out of 100 times I would trade tier 1 mid lane for Baron. Exactly as you say, it is a sign of desperate times for NIP, but they make the trade, and unfortunately they trade a little bit more than they wanted to. Care loses the game for a little bit. He loses the game, like his own sense of the game, not loses the game for the team. And that costs him. This also going to cost Assum, as everybody's game sense just seems to have been completely thrown off by this Baron play. We know that BLG are in the bush. We know that they're walking into your jungle. And NIP lose the Baron, but they also lose all sense of where BLG are on the map.
I'm just watching the bricks on the building slowly fall and crumble everywhere on the ground. It's play after play. It's dynamic pick after dynamic pick. It's BLG excellence everywhere across the map. And with these death timers, BLG could push for a lot and potentially even game here.
Certainly depends on what picks, if any, they can find. The inhibitor sure to fall, no question about that. And the rest really up to Shun, as he'd be their pick machine for now, being no rage. Shun is setting up the mid lane wave to hopefully grab a tier 2 tower, something that seems unlikely with 3 members of NIP in the area, but a respectable possibility nonetheless, especially as BLG take to the map once again.
Yeah, they are on the map, and they are feeling like they can basically get away with whatever they want here. It's a 6k gold lead, not the largest they've had in this series, but an 11-kill LeBlanc will certainly make it feel a little bit scarier. 10 stacks of the Medjai's completed. Knight is a scary, scary man right now on the Rift. 4,000 gold lead for this Gnar on the top side, who has been terrific. Bin has been phenomenal throughout this entire series, and with the Siege coming down, with the rest of this Baron buff, we'll see what NIP can do to dissuade this. Flank on the way for Shun.
And in comes the 2-man engage, does manage to catch a single member completely isolated. It is Care that goes down, a double kill goes the way of Viper, but HOYA wants to answer back, does get out over the wall as he retreats, and ultimately finds the kill on Viper, but it does little for the mostly dead NIP squad. Everyone but Zhuo has been taken out, and Knight, not a care in the world, has plenty of time to spend harassing the support. Does go down. It's 1,000 gold shut down to Zhuo. Doesn't change much, but it does look pretty cool.
Knight said he wanted to face Zhuo in the playoffs. BLG chose NIP, and doing so will get them into round number 2.